And we're live here, the game that most of us have come here to see, Trinidad and Tobago versus Venezuela. I see cap number 8, okay, Gregory Joseph. Oh, you have everything up here. Thanks so much, Michael. Johnny Little Page has the ball. Gregory draws the foul. Yeah, game has started. Mark Stobel, standout from Iona College, just got the ball stolen. Now Venezuela is on the way up. I think Trinidad and Tobago has actually started off very well, taking into consideration that they won the ball. Good strong playing. Cap number 7 showing a little bit of skill there for Venezuela. Joaquin Lopez.
Chris, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far by the Trinidad and Tobago defense, not giving Venezuela any easy opportunities to shoot.
Exactly.
But now they have to capitalize, which was an issue that they had in their last game, where they would have some very strong defensive stands, but really make some bad decisions on the offense, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes. Johnny Little Page, Gregory Joseph. Oh, Borden let go of the ball. That should have been a kick out though.
It should have been a kick out at the end.
Yeah.
Because even though he had his hands up, he was
well over me. Yeah.
The backup, Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, that was a terrible goal. Yes, that's a very, very unlucky for Sebastian Van Rieken. Very, very unlucky. It was actually a good defensive play, but the errant ball, with the speed of the shot, got placed in the back of the net. Let's see if Trinidad and Tobago can give this good positive energy. The bottom line is they need to get the ball inside of set, and they need to have a few plays where they start driving from the top. What Venezuela is actually running is actually just an M drop where they're splitting the top and they're double teaming the whole set.
But again,
and basically what Trinidad and Tobago are doing is that's absolutely incorrect. Is they're shooting off of that, which is leading to a counter attack.
Correct. It's and here come the Venezuelans in on goal all by himself.
There's a quick 2 goals there, which kind of changes the outlook. Let's see if Trinidad and Tobago could kind of adapt. The bottom line is that what's happening is they're not respecting the Trinidad and Tobago shooters, and they're recognizing that the only opportunity that Trinidad and Tobago would have is to pass the ball into the big number 12, Justin Bowden. But unfortunately, or fortunately for Venezuela, they are not allowing the ball inside of set. Trinidad and Tobago needs to curb the tide here. They need to run a drive. The drive that they need to actually do, and I don't know if I'd love to go and run down and talk to Andrew Francis. They drive across the one. You see what is actually going on inside there, where Mark Stobel is actually passing the ball and they get the ball inside set, which is creating a man-up opportunity. So they've recognized that's the type of defense they're running. It's called an M-drop, and the classic drive is a 1 across the face of goal, across the 2 meter.
Well, that was good eye by you, Chris. That's why, like you said, you played this game at a very high level and you're picking up, and a show of yours are loving all these tidbits and infos. But that's 2 exclusions. Trinidad and Tobago, double exclusion. Trinidad and Tobago needs to capitalize on this opportunity. They are 2 men up. Good shot there. I felt the energy inside there. They needed that. This is a good sign for Trinidad and Tobago, where they recognize the defense that's playing against them, and they've capitalized on there. Quick question, Chris. Do you think a little bit of a hometown call there for Trinidad and Tobago?
Never at all. That was absolutely by the book. We actually the head of 3MR videography is actually one of the highest qualified refs in Trinidad and Tobago, and he's sitting down in the booth with us today. Maybe we get a little bit of added commentary about
that was a perfect call. That was nothing wrong there. Warren played him for the kick out and got the kick out.
Exactly.
But here we go.
Let's see.
Venezuela 2-1 lead on Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad, after a slow start, trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, good, a great play by Sebastian. Sebastian, a little bit of history. Sebastian actually played for 1 year professionally. He's our first goalkeeper to play professionally in Europe.
Oh,
he is
really?
Dutch by descent, born in Trinidad and Tobago, and another kick out there. That's Johnny Littlepage, 2-time All-American from the University of Texas.
For those who don't know, what does it take to be an All-American, Chris?
What it takes, All-American is actually voted by coaches and players within the Collegiate Water Polo Association up in the United States. So what it requires is they have... What has happened just now?
A guy just got excluded for Trinidad.
Oh, there was a penalty by Trinidad and Tobago. So the penalty is, the goalkeeper is trying to intimidate cap number 5, Matthew George.
Oh, this is your brother.
Oh! That is very uncharacteristic. He always puts that in.
He always puts that inside the field. I'll have to have a stern conversation with him. That, again, in the last game, we talked about how penalties and how missed opportunities, really made and then again this exactly, Michael, we always talk about that. Every single time we have a negative or a opportunity that a team must put in, somehow it seems like fate goes and ensures fate goes and ensures that there's a negative aspect of it. So I'm feeling a little bit down. I talked.
We gotta keep it.
Okay. Yeah, I talked big. Okay, we restarted. Come on, Matthew.
Yeah. All right, Chris. So Trinidad kind of just gave up 2 early goals. Oh!
And,
Woo!
Chris Thomas, number 9, an old boy of Queens Royal College, our alma mater. I've played with him. The one thing about Chris Thomas is that he loves to shoot. He is a shooter. That's what he's born and bred to do. Exactly. And a lot of times that they would underestimate the accuracy and the power of some of our players' shots. And Chris has just shown that we could put it out there. Again, the game is 3-2. This is tight. This is an opportunity where if Trinidad and Tobago plays with great energy, they can have
Yeah, and we, like you said, we do have an opportunity to make it in one of those medal matches. And here we go, on the breakaway, coming down the near side.
Ron Emmanuel, another old boy of Queens Royal College. This is the, I actually have a rule in water polo.
What's that?
You never lob.
Well,
I know you were the lob king.
I might disagree with you, Chris, because I could lob the best of them from anywhere. Nothing breaks a keeper's spirit like a well-placed lob.
No, but do you think driving right in and hitting him a tee-shot there would have been a better idea?
It might have been a tee-shot. Michael is talking about the different types of shooting that they have in water polo. And a tee-shot is when you pop the ball up with one hand and you punch it with your fingers with the other. Not with your fist, as Michael would know, otherwise he's going to call a turnover.
But Chris, once again, we had a situation where Trinidad and Tobago had a very good goal-scoring opportunities, and
every single time
Venezuelans turned it over.
And every single time. The score is now 4-2. Trinidad and Tobago had a penalty, and they had a one-on-one opportunity with Karen Emmanuel, and both of them missed, and now what goes on is there's a goal on the other side, every single time. And this is execution. This is where wasted energy can impact you in the third and fourth quarter. And if Trinidad and Tobago is reasonably close inside here, we'll be looking back at these goals and saying, this was a missed opportunity. That was a sink ball.
Yeah. So another turnover. Another turnover.
Now, we mustn't be biased against the individuals on our team who may not be as well,
No, he's a great player. He just has really.
And here we go, Venezuela brings us into the attack again. Trinidad and Tobago has to hold strong defensively, not let Venezuela get too much daylight into the whole set. Oh!
Big stop. You see what's actually happened there is Mark Stobel just allowed the whole set to believe that he had a little wink of opportunity. But let's get back to the action. Johnny Littlepage.
It's always going to be Johnny on those fast breaks.
Exactly. Johnny.
He can swim for years.
Exactly.
Oh, and a poor turnover there.
That's a poor turnover. You know, I see Adrian Hines.
No.
Adrian Hines is an individual which I've seen has great ability, but he does not have the little polish to finish as you may have finished in your professional career as a water polo player.
So what do you think helps a player like that to get that sort of polish in, Chris?
I think the bottom line is it's practice. You know, it's recognizing that you have certain deficiencies. I've seen Adrian play, and he's big, strong, powerful. But the issue always is that he's not inside there doing reps as you see some of the best players do. You know, and this is me being critical of Trinidad and Tobago and some of the things that
Well,
we
you
need
know,
to employ to become more competitive on this level.
well, you know, Chris, when you're part of the program and it's set up and you actually see the opportunities of where things can improve and things can be better, and you always want things to accelerate or move at a faster pace.
Yes.
But you know, the thing is that, you know, it has developed from when we started as kids, and you have seen it grow, and where now Trinidad and Tobago can seriously host some of these type of tournaments, and you just hope that it keeps growing and that each generation
Gets better and better.
correct and is able to build and get better, and we create an environment of coaches, of referees, of players, and really develop the sport not only here in Trinidad but in the region as well.
Great save there by, you know, what's happened, the first goal was actually a lob, which was a block, and the ball went errantly. And again, Sebastian went and saved the ball that could have gone in if he didn't get his hands to it. You know, that shows great legs, great awareness for the goalkeeper.
Well, Chris, like I say, there's two types of goalkeepers. You have nipple goalkeepers and you have collarbone goalkeepers.
Yes.
Nipple goalkeepers get their nipples on the water. Collarbone goalkeepers, well, just the
Look,
collarbone.
this is actually a great opportunity. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Caron should not have stopped there. He should push the ball. That's Adrian? Or my mistake?
Don't worry, Trinidad has the ball, looking to set something up. Venezuela back in their defense, drops it in, nice bit of space. Oh!
Great goal.
What a play!
That was a great goal. That was great whole set play.
That you can tell that was a great goal because he's speechless.
It's not the type of goal Chris is accustomed to
Cap
scoring.
number 6, Leon Daniel.
Yes, Leon Daniel, a young son of the team, found a bit of space between the defense of the Venezuelans, and with some nice hands, turn, and a nice soft touch past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Michael tells me that he's the baby of the team, and I actually know he's the baby because I don't actually know Leon Daniel. I was thinking, who is that player? Number 6.
He's fresh out of the youth center.
Oh, okay, cool. You know, again, this tells you about the development of Trinidad and Tobago water polo, where we can call upon our under 18 and under 19 national teams. Oh, great lob shot there. You know, this is what's happening is that Sebastian is playing so off of his line that he is prone to that lob shot.
6 seconds left, and man calls a timeout.
That is a terrible timeout.
Well, he allowed 1 1/4, so might as well use it.
Well, here we go. Trinidad seeming to discuss some things about what just happened with that goal, I'm presuming, and what they need to do better. Andrew Francis trying to keep his charges focused. Definitely the energy had a little bit of a tit for tat going there for the last couple of possessions. And you have to wonder which type of game is Trinidad and Tobago want to play. Do they want to play a very accelerated and fast-paced game against the Venezuelans, or do they want to slow it down and be a bit more deliberate?
It seems like Andrew has a very specific play he wants them to run in the 6
Yes.
seconds.
I mean, I'd really marvel if they're able to get the ball off that line and get this play. But I think Chris Thomas most probably is going to be the person that's going to be shooting the ball inside here. It's going to be
And we're off for the second quarter between Venezuela
Mark
and
Sobel
Trinidad.
wins the ball. This is what happens. You know, we now have a few players that are playing internationally in New York. The two players from Iona College are Mark Stobel, the player who just won the swim off, and Sebastian Van Rieken. Both of them on full scholarships.
Who's this guy on the screen?
Number 9, Chris Thomas, ball inside set, big hole set. Oh, Johnny Little Page again.
Oh, he's
lobbing does not score goals.
No,
if you are 2 meters away, you don't lob the ball. This is my
Stuff it down his throat.
exactly.
And you push him into the goal with the ball.
Hey, this is a family show, guys. All right, people.
Big save.
Great save by number 1.
Well, the number 7 for Venezuela, Joaquin Lopez, tried to stuff it down Van Rieken's shirt, and he just wasn't having it. Because you know what?
No, not in my house.
That's right, because no means no. No means no. Here we go, Venezuela with a 2-meter.
This is actually some good defense by Trinidad and Tobago. While Trinidad and Tobago is not winning because of execution, but it's great defense, great help defense, and it's a man-up opportunity. This is the time as a timeout.
Timeout.
Again, good timeout because the ball was way back and it would have taken Trinidad and Tobago maybe 10, 15 seconds to get up there. They would have only had 5 seconds on the man up.
And maybe you can explain to the viewers at home that may not know as much about water polo as you do. What is a man up?
A man up is an opportunity where if an opposing player impedes one towards their goal, what happens is that the referees give the offensive team a man up opportunity. This consists of 20 seconds,
Correct.
where the offensive team has one player advantage. What happens is they set up in what is called a 6-on-5 setup, and they try getting the best opportunity. This is where
They're trying to work it back to him.
yes, right.
It also looks as though they're overloading the weak side.
They are overloading the weak side, which is actually a good thing. Where bad pass by
A bit
Matthew
long.
George. Now
7
it's even.
seconds.
No, it's even. Just they have to watch the counter. Oof.
Oh, that shot that we talked about.
Very, very powerful shot, but not accurate, and they have to watch that they don't get a man-up opportunity off
Yeah,
of
this
this.
is where we've fallen in the past. After a man-up opportunity that we don't put away, we let them come on the other way and score a goal.
Exactly.
Well, let's see if Trinidad and Tobago can change that trend.
Yeah, but it was good actually transition defense off the missed shot.
Oh,
That was a tough call there. You know, I would disagree a little bit
that
because
looked like 6 on 1, half a dozen of the other to me.
I would have said that the ball was not passed well, but the referee did not see the same thing as me. Obviously, he's closer in.
Oh, and here we go. Venezuela
It's
looking
a tough
to.
thing. Passing from.
Oh, brilliant defensive stop there.
Good. That's
Cool.
good defense. That's good defense. The referees normally protect the goalkeepers when they're put in that situation. You know.
Well, it's a very vulnerable situation to be put in, but let's see if Trinidad can make Venezuela feel a bit
I
vulnerable.
want Trinidad to get the ball all the way up to the 2-meter. You know, really push the offense inside here. Let's see if
Yeah, they do.
That's a bad pass. But let's see if they have a 5-meter if they have a 5-meter chance.
Offensive foul.
Yep.
Now you're seeing what's happening inside here, Ruel, is Venezuela is actually strategically counterattacking where the entire team is not going up, but one player, and especially that number 4, I'm seeing him explode.
Good interception. Oh.
I'm seeing them explode up the field. But Trinidad and Tobago's holding their own. They're actually playing great defense where they have not had any goals, but they're not playing good offense at all. You know, one of the things that I think that Trinidad and Tobago has suffered from this tournament is the execution on offense, you know, and it's funny, good defense leads to good offense, and vice versa, good offense leads to good defense also. You know, if they have an opportunity that they should put in, you know, they have to. Oh, that's a penalty.
Yes, it is.
Great play.
I think that was a textbook penalty. We talk about those in referee school all the time.
Yes.
They don't come any easier than those.
Well,
Sometimes you get some
well, who do you
penalties
think
that
will be
think,
Well, who do you think will be taking the penalty now for
It's always going to be the judge.
That's going to be.
Well, let's see if he can make amends after the last one.
On the bench because Kieran Emmanuel, the mouse, is standing up to do it.
All right, let's see. You know, we call him Mighty Mouse. Number
look
3,
for the-
Kieran Emmanuel. Let's see him put the ball in. Oh my God, that is 2 goals again. This is exactly what happened in the last game, you know, and I see you grabbing your cap.
Well,
These
blood
are
pressure, Chris, my blood pressure.
By Venezuela.
These are the type of things, again, Trinidad and Tobago would have been 5-all. And remember, one of those goals, unfortunately, led to a counter-attack. These are the type of things which swing. Trinidad and Tobago is in this game. They're playing with great energy, but they're not executing at all.
Well, this
You kind of have to feel it for Coach Francis because they're doing everything they have to do on defense, but for some reason they're just giving it away on offense.
well, this has always been an interesting observation with teams in all Trinidad sports, where tactically they drilled well, physically they're drilled well, but mentally, what is the type of work that needs to happen with these teams so that when they come into these big moments, they can continue to execute?
You know, one of the things that I've seen with Sport Trinidad and Tobago is they've been trying to implement the psychologists, that exact piece that you talk about, you know. And when I went to the Olympics, I remember having contact, and it really helped me with mental preparation for some of the big games and the big events. And I think that that's one thing that has not been part of Trinidad and Tobago's sport methodology, but it has to, you know, and the penalty taking is exactly that. It's something that you do every single day in water polo, and we practice it. We play 5 alive. We play a lot of games which practice that 5-meter shot, and this is something that we have to continue.
Oh, why did he stop swimming?
Yes, but this is something that we have to continually get these guys mentally prepared for. You know, let's see if Trinidad and Tobago can make amends for that penalty. We actually scored off after we made a mistake with the penalty. Johnny Littlepage, offensive foul, unfortunately. He had control of the of cap number 4. I see that there's been a defensive change. What Andrew Francis has done intelligently is number 4 was actually leading a lot of the counterattacks, and he's put Johnny Littlepage on him. Johnny Littlepage is one of the best swimmers in Trinidad and Tobago history.
Okay.
Yes.
How many times has he won the cross harbor?
He has won the cross harbor 3 times. Actually, Johnny Littlepage has won.
Off the
has won the
crossbar.
cross harbor 4 times, but he has won the cross harbor in several different decades. Johnny Littlepage has won in 1968. He won another time 3 times in 2001, 2002, and 2003. And
Did you say 1968?
It's obviously not the same John Littlepage. It was John Littlepage. John Littlepage actually has a father who played water polo and actually swam, and was a great open water swimmer. So this is genetics. It's not only something that, you know, he's a tough swimmer. It's actually something that's been passed on from his father. Trinidad and Tobago.
Big save by Van Rijken.
Van Rijken again. We're seeing the Iona standout, the starting goalkeeper for Iona College.
I know, Chris, you say I know. I say big like IMAX. Put that one down, and now Trinidad back on the attack.
You know,
what they're going to do?
This is the type of thing that Trinidad and Tobago needs. We need a few breaks to keep inside the game, but we also need to take the opportunities that are out there. And unfortunately, Trinidad and Tobago has not taken the opportunities. You know, wasting that shot clock. We're actually focusing on, you know, they were trying to pull John Littlepage out in the stands. Yeah. You know, and we could get a little bit of story inside there. You know, John has recently gone married, and I'm sure his wife, Jahara, is in the stands rooting at the top of her voice for her husband. John Littlepage, number 10. Number 6, Leon Daniel, trying to get the ball away from number 4, Gabriel Rojas. Gabriel Rojas, a great shot.
A great shot, and he sneaks it in there. And now he opens up the lead to 6-3 to Venezuela over Trinidad and Tobago.
So we see here Jahara and Muera Littlepage. We just saw the clip away at that moment. Jahara is the wife of John Littlepage, the number 10, cap number 10. And Muera, Auntie Muera as I call her, is Johnny Littlepage's mother. She's in the red top across there, and she seems a little bit frustrated from the performance that Trinidad and Tobago is going in. But I would say, you know, don't be frustrated. You know, it's only 6-3. Trinidad and Tobago with a few, you know, free changes can actually make this game competitive. But I hope that they don't let it slip away.
Well, you're right about that, Chris, and like we said earlier, Trinidad and Tobago defensively hasn't been shabby. They really have been keeping the Venezuelans at bay, but
And we
offensively...
get a wave there from Uncle Johnny and Auntie Mira. And if you could see in the background, you see the old man, Andrew Tuafu. He has been the coach of every single water polo player in Trinidad and Tobago history. It's a kick-out opportunity, man-up opportunity. Let's see if Trinidad and Tobago can make a difference here. They're actually sliding in. This is called a 6-in, where it is, yes, let's
There we
see.
go.
Oh,
I don't think the keeper knew much about that save there, Chris.
penalty. Great opportunity here for Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe Trinidad
We
and
got him when they
Tobago
were waving.
goes back into... So we have now Cap. Who's taking the penalty now?
That'd be a good question.
That's your brother.
That's my brother number 5.
Oh.
Let's see if he can take. Let's see if he can make amends. Let's see if Trinidad and
He has a
Tobago.
complaint about cap number 11. On a penalty, the players have to be at least 2 arms length away from the player taking the penalty.
Let's see Matthew. Let's see him slip the ball into the goal.
Yes!
That's the Matthew George that I know. That is the Matthew George. The captain of the team, cap number 5, scoring his first international goal for Trinidad and Tobago all the way back in 2001. This is 17 years later.
Wow, and he's still in the pool.
And he's still in the pool, still playing for Trinidad and Tobago senior national team.
So
Now
what?
Now that we've scored, we have to concentrate.
Yes.
When we've scored in the past, we've let one come in easily on the other end.
Exactly. We've really worked for that, and as Michael has stated, Trinidad and Tobago has this habit of letting in easy goals. We don't...
Oh,
You
just
see,
as we said,
Just as we said, giving them a man-up opportunity. You know, Trinidad and Tobago needs to be very... we need more hands. Trinidad and Tobago needs more hands. Mark Stobel has the right hand up. Sebastian is out, has to watch for the lob. Oh, you see what happens is that he gets committed. Sebastian has been again committed on one side, and then the ball passes quickly to the other player. You know, and Venezuela scores. And these are the things that really kill momentum. Trinidad and Tobago works very hard for a goal, and then an easy goal comes back in on the other side.
Oh, you're right about that, Chris. I mean, Trinidad and Tobago, they need to get a run here, like you said. Like good teams, they get to go on runs, maybe get 2-3 goals while limiting Venezuela's opportunities.
Yeah.
Venezuela has really been pushing Trinidad back, forcing some mistakes,
Yes.
probably indirectly just due to the pressure that they're putting on and taking away some of the strengths of the Trinidad and Tobago offense.
Nice.
No! That's
It's a
what we
goal by Mark Stobel. It's a great goal by Mark Stobel. You know, I'm seeing again, you talk about execution. When these players are playing in the United States and they're playing day in and day out, you see them sharpening. Mark Stobel was a swimming standout, being an extremely competitive swimmer. And now he's playing in Iona College, both on the swim team and on the water polo team.
I'd really like to point out one of the assists came in there from another one of the young players, Ethan Elliott.
Oh,
He's
Ethan
just
Elliott.
come up from the under-18 team as well too. Got a lot of experience as he recently held the Honor Cup, and it seems to be showing.
Oh, wow. Again, another young player, born in 1999, not just turning 18 years old, you know. So, you know, we'll have to crack a stack for him, you know.
His nickname on the team is Peas,
Okay.
because his brother used to be called Beans.
Oh,
So
he's,
the Peas and
oh yeah,
Beans.
I know Beans. So
Yeah,
I missed a generation.
Yeah, no, that's his baby brother.
That's the baby brother. Okay.
Here we go. Venezuela answers back again. Oh, Trinidad, Venezuela, the battle for the Gulf of Paria.
Angel Rojas.
What is going on?
You know, Trinidad and Tobago, every single time they get a little bit of a foothold,
Venezuela counter punches, and this is a sign of a good team when it is that there's a fight in them. But Trinidad and Tobago, to make it to step up that level, to get to the next level in water polo, they need to win games like this. They need to be competitive. Johnny Little Page being stripped of the ball.
I know he's really trying to lead his team and be the pointy tip of the spear. And is that the end of the half?
That's the end of the half.
And that's the end of the first half. Venezuela leads Trinidad and Tobago by 8 goals to 5.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think needs to happen there? Like, what are some of the players for Trinidad and Tobago that you think need to step up a bit more to help Trinidad get back in this game?
No, the biggest thing that I see is about execution. I remind everyone who's looking at the game that Trinidad and Tobago missed 2 penalties. The game would have been a different game, a different outlook. You know, and I, you know, in water polo, you always see that mistakes is what you know, transforms the game, and we, you know, we really need to look at that in the second half. Trinidad and Tobago is expending a lot of energy. They're playing great defense. This is some of the best defense that I've seen. You know, the goalkeeper's he's having a pretty good game. He's had some goals that maybe should not have gone in, but he stopped some goals that were definitely should have been taken out to the back of the net. So I see Trinidad maintaining this energy, and I hopefully they can maintain this energy. And secondly, executing when they have the opportunity. You know, we need to execute when we have the opportunity.
Well, interesting enough, I think at the start of the third quarter, how the Venezuelans come out to get that swim off is going to let us know exactly what their fitness is like. To me, towards the end of that half, they were looking a little bit tired, a little bit sluggish. But the thing is, they still had the quality enough to find those seams to get goals against Trinidad and Tobago.
You're absolutely correct. You know,
what do you think assistant coach Hackshaw is moving away from the bench for?
You know, Charissa has been in a water polo game for a lot of years. She has 25 years experience, and I expect that what she's doing is maybe checking the table and ensuring that she understands the amount of kickouts and the amount of exclusions that everyone has. You know, and you know, I could sense that Andrew most likely is telling the boys defensive intensity is good, but offensive execution is not as good as it should be. You know, I see Birdman waving his wings and really talking to the team there. And I hope that he gets a positive result out of them, a positive energy out of them. So
if you were the coach at halftime, what would you be saying right now?
What would I be saying right now? I would be saying to tell my whole set to get down to the 2 meter and force a side, pick a side, get a side. And I would be telling the number 2 and number 3 players, and when I say number 2 and number 3, it's the position 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I wish I had a whiteboard to actually show you guys those positions.
Well, we know that you have the wings, and position 2 and 3 would be those sort of
the drivers. So it's the drivers.
And then you have your point on top.
And a point on top. So what I would tell them is the point and those two back wing players, they need to drive. They need to create movement so that they can create opportunities to get the ball inside set. Every single time Trinidad and Tobago has got the ball inside set, a positive thing has happened.
Well, one of the things that's been most intriguing to me about the Trinidad and Tobago team on the offense is, are they worried about the defense? Are they worried about quick breaks by the Venezuelans if they were to do those drives? Is that something you think that are on the players' minds and is stopping them from really trying to get into those spaces and those seams?
That might absolutely be it. You know, because of the mindset, which is defense first, I sense a lot of times, and you felt it in games that you played, I sense a lot of times that Trinidad and Tobago players may be thinking defense first, which is good. But the bottom line is that we're down by 3 goals, and we need to create opportunities on offense. So it's not about it's about playing together. It's maybe driving into a space and other team players recognizing that they need to cover back when it is that there are holes in our defense.
I think there was a problem with one of the caps. I see a cap switch coming in.
Okay, a cap. Oh, that's what happened. Exactly. Teresa, knowing that, went and got a new cap for Sebastian Van Rieken, our goalkeeper, our number 1 goalkeeper. You know, we are actually missing a goalkeeper. Andrew Tuafu, the son of Alan Tuafu, unfortunately had gotten an injury, a groin strain,
and he didn't want to risk aggravating it this tournament. So he's actually been sitting out. So Trinidad and Tobago has unfortunately been playing with a few men down. Will be swimming off for the ball.
Well, Christopher, you have highlighted him as a player to watch, but other than the one goal towards the end of at the end of the first half, I mean, he hasn't really done much. Like, what more does he need to do to really make an impression on this game?
He needs to stop looking for the ball and start creating opportunities. He plays in those positions, which I've just told you about, the 2, 3, and 4 position, which are the drivers for his top. If he starts driving and creating opportunity, we could get the ball inside set. And what ends up happening is the defense starts sloughing back in.
And here we go for the start of the second half between Venezuela and Trinidad.
Unfortunately, we lost the ball. Venezuela.
It was not Stobel.
It was not Stobel who swam off for it.
That was Keon Daniel.
Keon Daniel. The other young player, Leon Daniel. Leon Daniel. What school does Leon Daniel go to?
I think he just finished up at Curiosity.
Okay, another.
He looks like a Curiosity.
He looks like a Curiosity boy. You know, this is coming from Michael Hernandez. You know, he wished that he went to Queen's Royal College.
The best player on the national team right now went to Fatima, so why would I want to go to Curiosity?
All right, guys, easy. All right, guys, easy. Remember, it's about the red, white, and black, and not about the awesomeness of blue and blue and whatever gray and khaki, whatever the colors are.
Our own was so good that they added gold to our blue.
Usually add gold when you're trying to confuse people. You just need blue.
If I could pause you there, this is the type of rivalry that Trinidad and Tobago has.
Oh, what a great...
Oh! That is a waste. That was a wasted opportunity there again. I'm seeing sparks of greatness from Trinidad and Tobago, but we're just not able to light the fire.
I know. I mean, I'm going to the they're going to the grocery store. They're swiping the card, buying all the groceries, coming home, and when it comes time to cook the meal, nothing.
Weirdly enough, it looks as though Venezuela is really trying to slow this game down at the moment.
Well,
nice defense.
Well, that's a very good observation by you, Michael, because like at the end of the first half, we did feel like the Venezuelans were tiring out with the faster, speedier Trinidad and Tobago team. And Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to see if they can really push in this third quarter and put the Venezuelans even under more pressure.
We have Gregory Joseph swimming up there. He needs to press the ball. Johnny Littlepage, unfortunately, did not.
Good recovery there.
Good recovery there from Johnny Littlepage.
Oh.
That should have been a kick out. We have Mark Stobel. Isolation play for Leon Daniels. A corner. This is exactly the type of play that Trinidad and Tobago needs. They need a different look, you know, and not just trying to pass the ball and be predictable. Mark Stobel needs to pass off the ball and drive through. They're running an M drop again. They should recognize this. Oh, good.
Oh, and Birdman appreciates it.
Yes, Bird needs to flap those wings and give Trinidad and Tobago some energy.
The coach for Trinidad and Tobago, long-time stalwart and really a progressive pusher of water polo here in Trinidad and Tobago.
He's been there from day one, been in every single capacity for Trinidad and Tobago. He's been a captain of Trinidad and Tobago. He's been a player. And now he is the coach of Trinidad and Tobago.
Was he an equipment manager? Did he used to scrub the swim trunks at the end of the matches?
Well, he would have been a junior at some point, and that's what he did. The only thing he hasn't done is referee. He's argued with a lot of them, though. Oh, penalty called on Van Rieken for pulling down the goal post. I'm not sure whether it was warranted, but the referee, as you say, is a lot closer than we are.
That might have also been that Kieran Emmanuel pulled back the cap number 4. Let's see how Venezuela reacts to this. You know, Trinidad and Tobago has given a great surge of energy, and again, this could be a fight back. Oh, that was a great shot there. Van Rieken really didn't have an opportunity to get his fingers on it. Trinidad and Tobago down by 3 goals. Trinidad and Tobago needs to, right at this moment, really question if they want to win this game.
Well, Matthew, Christopher, could you remind people what's on the line for Trinidad and Tobago?
What's on the line here is a place, an opportunity to win a medal at the CCCAN games, the first CCCAN games hosted in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, Trinidad and Tobago is in front of their home crowd. This is the first big international water polo tournament being hosted here. And, you know, there's a lot on the line here. There's pride, there's country pride, and there's also an opportunity to go to Central American Championship next year. That's on the line if Trinidad and Tobago comes within the top 5 of this region. So,
tiki-tack foul call there.
that was an absolutely atrocious call. And you know, normally I am not critical of the referees. Actually, I'm always critical of the referees.
I think we've had fun out in the past for that.
Yeah, but that was a terrible call there. I thought that the ball had been sunk underwater.
I think you look back at that tonight and say he was a little bit, he rushed that ball.
Yes, he did. You know, and unfortunately, Johnny Lopez, big number 10, suffered the
Good
again,
defense by Trinidad, though.
as we say in Trinidad and maybe Jamaica, Jado sleep.
Well, unfortunately, in Jamaican game, he probably was. But now we go ahead, Birdman, Andrew Francis, the coach of Trinidad and Tobago, imploring his team to really drive forward quickly.
We have an opportunity there on the weak side.
And he's in.
Stobel penalty? No.
Sure, that was a penalty
That
before,
was
that one should have been as well.
Again, you know, it seems that there's a certain amount of bias there with the referees. You know, I'm not going to say anything just yet, but this Trinidadian is a little bit upset at the last 2 calls.
I'd say it's been inconsistent.
Yes.
Well, here we go again. Venezuela trying to add to their lead. Finds an open man on the back six. Shoots. Off the inside of the upright.
Counter-attack. There's going to be a man up. Yes, there's going to be a man up. Look for the opportunity across.
He finds him.
Stobel is this
Can Stobel find him?
Nice
Oh!
goal. Nice goal.
the love.
Again, this is great energy from Trinidad and Tobago. There is fight. There's absolute fight.
He said, that's my boy.
Definitely the Trinidad and Tobago fans are enjoying some of the fight that their team is trying to
And
put
I'm
here.
However, if we look back at the crowd, we'll realize some of the more experienced people in the crowd know that that is not the end. We need to capitalize on this and move forward.
Absolutely, Michael. We do need to capitalize on this. And, you know, Trinidad and Tobago can't continuously... Trinidad and Tobago cannot continuously get back within 2 goals and then get beat down. So we have to get Trinidad and Tobago in. You know, Venezuela looks a little bit tired. You know, and I'm seeing some opportunities there. Penalty or kick out.
Oh, Venezuela with the man-up advantage. Trinidad was able to hold them on the last one. Can they do it again?
Good passing by Venezuela.
A lot of dry passes, very crisp, ball not touching the water. Oops, spoke too soon.
Oh,
Good
nice
save.
defense.
Nice strong hand.
Nice defense.
And the kids,
And the little kids loving
the
it.
kids can appreciate it.
Absolutely loving this. Trinidad and Tobago.
oh, what was this?
There was a corner, I believe.
Yes, it was a corner. Big save. By
Nice defense by Johnny Lopez.
Yep, if you keep your hand on the ball, we can.
Oh, that was actually Mark Stobel. Now let's see if Mark can beat his defender up. You see the rockets, you know, up Mark Stobel really using a lot of energy, scoring the last goal and recognizing that this is the time for Trinidad and Tobago to really press.
Yep,
Johnny
down by
Lopez,
down
the
by
big
2.
number 10 from Trinidad and Tobago is playing set. Let's see if Chris Thomas can actually do something. Chris Thomas needs to square up to the goal. He doesn't. He
Good awareness there by
Trinidad and Tobago is not actually. This is exactly what's happening. Is Trinidad and Tobago is going up, and people are confused at what position they're actually occupying.
this is one of the first times that I've actually seen it in today's game, and Andrew needs to make sure that that does not happen again, that we don't waste opportunities. Trinidad and Tobago is down by only 2 goals.
Big save.
Big save by...
Big comes up big.
Trinidad and Tobago is down by 2 goals, and they're having some really good saves. Great saves by their goalkeeper.
I think he's in contention for man of the match right now.
Yes, they do, but they need to win for him to be in contention. Kick out. Good.
There you go.
That's good timeout there by Andrew Francis. You know, they could have really tried forcing the ball back inside there and scoring a quick goal.
Yeah.
But it might have been better to slow it down and to really capitalize on the opportunity. Well, seeing some of the girls there, we see the Ferreira sisters. One of them was actually a 4-year player in California. You know, and it's good to see the girls getting back into the water polo. So, Ruel, what would you be saying? You've constantly asked me, what would you be saying during this timeout? Let's hear some energy. What would you be focusing on?
I'd repeat one word on my side. I'd say tranquillo.
Tranquilo.
Tranquillo.
For me, when I used to play, I just used to tell my coach, Alan Tuofu, just give me the ball and all will be well. Don't worry about tactics. Don't worry about it. Just give Ruel the ball and I will make it happen. And we need players.
How many lob shots do you see on man opportunities?
All the ones that I see score, my friend.
Ruel,
It was a different time back then. Gas was $1.45. An Arawak chicken was $28 a pound. A simpler time, a gentler time. But back to the action, boys.
Let's not be nostalgic of the older days, because we can have great days if Trinidad and Tobago wins it.
Back to Daniel. It looks as though they're trying to set Chris Thomas up for this shot. To Thomas. Oh, he doesn't have the shot.
Matthew needs to jump in a little bit there. Oh my God.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
terrible.
At 13 seconds
You
left
see-
on the shot clock.
What happens here is that there's going to be Matthew needs to cover back, and we need to make sure that we have numbers on defense.
If there's one thing that you can say to his fault, he's been known to be a bit lazy in the past when it comes to tracking back. He's really tried to rectify that, though.
Yes.
You see a lot more energy from him these days.
Yes. Now let's see if the counterattack gets going. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago is only down by 2 goals.
58 seconds left in the
58 seconds left in the quarter. Again, you know, Trinidad and Tobago has played valiantly, but has not executed as well as they should have.
What?
Terrible shot by Trinidad there. You know what's happening inside there is that they've recognized.
Oh, Van Rijken try to be heads up with the play. Oh.
Again, you know, it's like a little bit too foul. The ball was maybe at 7 meters, and Van Rijken did not really have an opportunity. He tried saving Trinidad and Tobago in this instance, but was unfortunate. Trinidad now down by 3 goals with 34 seconds left. You know, after playing so well for maybe a quarter, Trinidad and Tobago has had some really errant and terrible, you know.
Well, how
minute.
I would describe those last sequence of plays was a breakdown in team thinking and a lot of individual type play and a lot of individual type thinking. Trust in your teammates, communicate with them to be in a position to do the right thing.
So I think there's a problem here. What's going on? A referee's called for the ball. I think we may have too many players in the water. Had too many players in the water at the start of the quarter. At the start of the play.
Okay. No, that's not really an error of the team. That's more error of
That's
the
a
referee error, because they should assure, as Michael could definitely allude to.
You always go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You know, we're seeing here Mr. Gillette, Uncle Lindsay Gillette. You know, he's a stalwart. He's had they've generally always been a Gillette on a national team.
Yeah, I think there's one on the under 15 team at the moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Oh. And here we go, coming out the timeout. What can Trinidad and Tobago produce?
Big Matthew George on the top.
A lot of movement. Trinidad looking.
Only 13 seconds left. Let's see if Trinidad can actually do something. It was good. That was a terrible shot by Matthew George.
Come on.
Timeout.
Timeout by Venezuela. 8 seconds left. Trinidad and Tobago down by 7 goals.
The Venezuelan coach doesn't seem too happy by how this game is going. I think he thought he was going to have a way easier night tonight,
Yes.
and he seems just a bit frustrated at the moment. Because he would have wanted to rested some of his bigger players in preparation for the semifinals coming up.
Yeah,
Potential.
yeah, he would have. He definitely would have. You know, if this result stands, Venezuela would come second in this group, and Trinidad, unfortunately, would come third. So this, again, for Trinidad and Tobago is paramount if they want to get into the medal rounds. And it's the same way, you know, both Venezuela and Trinidad have just as much to lose.
8 seconds left in the quarter.
Let's see if Venezuela can do something. There's going to be a foul and shot. Chris Thomas needs to step back. Oh,
Big
nice
save.
save by Van Rieken. You know, again, Michael, you kind of said it. You know, Sebastian Van Rieken, the number 1 from Trinidad and Tobago, has really had an excellent game. You know, he's saved maybe 4 or 5 shots that would generally be in. You know, Trinidad would have been in a much worse predicament. You know, right now, score being 10-7 to Venezuela.
Chris, I hear you on that, but you know, the goalkeeper position, it's a tough position where you can be the hero for the entirety of the game, but that 1 minute, that 1 second you don't stop that goal, you know, you're forever remembered for that mistake. And even though he's been violently saving some shots, that last one where he came off his line to try to stop, do you think that's going to hurt him in terms of how people view his performance here tonight?
You know, again, you know, if Trinidad and Tobago comes within 1 goal, you might absolutely be correct if that was the goal difference. You know, but I would say that I am more of a holistic thinker. I look at and try looking at his performance, looking at the entire game instead of just one, you know, errant play. So
Wow, Christopher, as a center attacker, that's very kind of you for somebody who should have been like your worst enemy out there in the water, the goalkeeper.
yes, you know, I do have forgiveness running through my blood. So, you know, we're looking into the stands and we're seeing several faces, people coming and supporting, you know, supporting the different players.
That's right, Chris. People are really wrapped up here in the action here at the National Aquatic Center.
Andrew Tuafu, you know, he doesn't look too unhealthy here. You know, he's wishing that he could have made a positive impact on the team here today.
I know you did highlight that he had a groin problem.
Yeah, he
That's
did
what
have
you
a great problem, you know, and because him being a goalkeeper, it's something that impacts him.
There's Mrs. Bird up to the back in the stands with Baby Bird. Both Baby Birds are back in the stands.
Yeah.
To support their dad.
And you may be hearing us call him Birdman. It's the nickname that we give to Andrew Francis, the coach of Trinidad and Tobago of the senior national team.
Got a shot there of Kessis Canterbury.
Yeah. And his lovely wife.
Yes. His better half.
Oh, Mark Stobel again swimming for the ball. Let's see if he wins. Just misses out.
Just misses out.
It's the 4th quarter.
So 8 minutes left for Trinidad and Tobago to really push its way into, like you said, that medal round against Venezuela. Venezuela just needs to hold on. Venezuela seemingly a tyrant force, but Trinidad,
Good awareness there by Bake.
there we go. Trinidad needs to find some solutions and take this seemingly better fitness into more better tactical execution.
Trinidad and Tobago is actually up. They need to swim through or get the ball into set.
You can hear Andrew Francis saying, go, 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 because he recognizes
Come on,
it.
Johnny, let's see you.
Oh,
Telegraph that shot a bit there.
Yes, that faking wasn't the best with respect to Johnny Littlepage. again, you know, the goalkeepers have actually had really good games. The goalkeeper for Venezuela has had some, you know, he's made these saves look easy. And that's always a sign of a good goalkeeper. Cap number 1, Carlos Linares.
Yeah, Linares. Yeah, I
Yes.
think he might be. Oh no, he is not the oldest player on the Venezuelan team. Armando Terran, number 9, supposedly born in 1977.
Wow.
One of the most senior players on this Venezuelan team.
Yeah, you know, I think that what makes a great team is when you have this good mix of younger and older players. Offensive foul.
Trinidad's given some unnecessary turnovers here,
Yes.
Chris.
I think
I
one.
keep telling Leon when he does that, he needs to keep his arms down.
You know
Do
what?
it, but keep your arms down.
No, what happens? What is frustrating in that thing is that basically what happens is the whole
Push
set
off in the hole.
gets
Come on, ref. Call it.
the whole set actually gets a little bit unbalanced. You know, Trinidad and Tobago needs to swim these whole sets every single time they go down. And you see Andrew Francis, the coach for Trinidad and Tobago, imploring them on their way down the field.
You kind of feel that the crowd is getting a little flat, and the Trinidad team needs to do something to bring this home court advantage, this home pool advantage back into their realm. Oh,
good
some
save
nice
by
skills
Van.
there.
30-second violation. You know, it's frustrating. I see Leon Daniel, and he's one of the younger guys, one of the two young guys on the team. I see these frustration. You know, one of the marks of a great player, and Ruel, you can kind of talk to this, is you need to keep your cool head under pressure, right?
You do need to keep your cool head under pressure. I mean, that's one of the lessons that I think all young players kind of learn. I definitely know early in my water polo career, we were beating this team by like 6 goals. And I got excluded when I had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and the defender pulled me down. And I got kicked out of the game, and I had to sit and watch as the other team clawed its way back and ended up winning while I had to sit on the sidelines. And
A cool head, cool head's always
Venezuelan coach does not seem happy right now.
Yes.
has he ever seen happy?
No, he was pretty happy last night.
Where were you hanging out, Michael?
By the pool. Get your minds out the gutter. We've got kids. that
Trinidad and Tobago has to capitalize on some of these opportunities. Man up opportunity here on the weak side.
Oh, the coach is furious because there was no reason to give a man up there. We were going to run out the shot clock.
Trinidad and Tobago needs to get up there, and
This is an absolute gift.
Well, it's only a gift if we can open it, Michael.
these are terrible passes. This is what kills a man up opportunity.
Stubble is open. Puts it down. Oh, there's the goalkeeper we know.
No Stobel. That was terrible.
Oh, Chrissy saw it from far.
Yes, you know, it's kind of frustrating when you actually feel the anxiety, and now it's a man up opportunity. A great,
Good tracking back by.
Oh,
Sugo
great,
is the face and the
great
second one
save by Van Rieken. Again, you know, you talked about overwhelmingly, Van Rieken has been the best player on this team. You know, he's made one mistake for the entire game.
Well, the question would be, is he the best player because he's just had to face so many shots tonight?
No, but he is the best player tonight because when he's had to face them, he's done what he has to do.
Ah, well said, well said.
He hasn't missed penalties, squandered man-ups. He's done what he has to do.
All those are part of the game, but you know, we again, Trinidad and Tobago has just kind of lost its little bite. We were playing with great
Good
energy.
team defense.
We were playing with great energy before, and we're still playing with relatively good energy on man up, but we are being uninventive in offensive possessions, and it is a little bit frustrating. Even us in the booth have felt the downer in energy.
Yeah.
You know, there was an excitement to the first quarter and the first half, and it's just, you know, it feels like the air has left the building.
Good team.
Mark Stobel again showing a little bit of trickery. Again, trying to fish for that 5-meter shot.
Again, time runs out on the shot clock for
Again,
Trinidad and
this is
Tobago.
very
3 minutes,
frustrating.
25 seconds left.
Nothing has changed. The quarter started at 10-7, and absolutely nothing has changed.
And here we go, Venezuela on the attack.
Alex is
Oh! Venezuela.
Venezuela goal. You know, I like to, you know, Trinidad and Tobago is frustrating me a little bit. And Ruel, I'd like to go in and highlight someone who was actually a player and a coach of Trinidad and Tobago water polo. You
Who's
know,
that?
James Robinson with his daughter. Both of them are listening to us.
What school did James go to?
James went to Fatima College.
He was probably the best coach then.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But you know, we love our Fatima brothers all the same. But you know, he's there listening to a future water polo player, Alexandra Robertson. Imagine that.
Oh,
15
wow.
to 20 years, number one player in Trinidad and Tobago.
If she's anything like a dad, she won't be a passer.
Oh, outside shot from Chris Thomas.
Just further
That was
highlighting
actually
that
number
frustration.
5, Matthew George.
Yeah.
Yes.
Further highlighting that frustration, Trinidad and Tobago forced to take these poor shots from way out distance. That's just very easy for the Venezuelan goalkeeper.
Yeah, I just see the energy being seeped away, the frustration. Trinidad and Tobago has played well, but just not well enough. It's going to be a penalty. Oh, we got bailed out there by the terrible shot by the whole set. Cap number 2, Hugo
Velasquez. Come, Chris, you might have to take you to some Latin dance nights to pronounce these names correctly.
Yeah.
And here we go, Trinidad.
Kick out.
Oh,
Trinidad and Tobago
guys
has
showing
an
him too much
opportunity.
love.
No!
Oh! Off the crossbar.
This is what happens. Trinidad and Tobago was a man up, and
Coach
the
Francis
frustration.
seems super upset right now because he was actually calling for the timeout.
It is precisely that happens, you know. Justin Bowden, cap number 12, ended up taking a shot that he should have passed back. You know, and then now, this is the story of the game. This is the story of Trinidad and Tobago, where it is that we're not taking the opportunities that we should. And we find ourselves 11-7 down with only 140 to go.
Well,
you know?
well, Chris, like you said, in terms of the Trinidad and Tobago team, the game kind of blew open a little bit. Offensive sets, they weren't really getting into offensive sets, and you kind of seeing players were kind of doing their own thing. Is that accurate or is that inaccurate?
I mean, I think, you know, doing your own thing is something that happens when there's a little bit more frustration. And again, you could see how the discipline that Trinidad and Tobago had in the first quarter has kind of dwindled a bit, you know, so you're absolutely correct.
So with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the game, I'd like to ask the people on YouTube who they think the man of the match should be. They know who I think, but what do you think?
Yeah, let's get some commentary from the YouTube viewers before we sign out. We're seeing a lot of commentary about where Trinidad and Tobago is ranked, where Cuba is ranked. But who do you think was the best player in this game today?
Right.
Venezuela very obviously trying to spread the play to slow everything down and kill the clock.
Yes. Number 6, Leon Daniel, committing the foul there. Ball inside
Another
set.
big save.
Great save by Van Rieken.
I
Again.
think he may have had the foul there.
Wow.
Oh, right. The referee should have taken control of that situation.
You know, it's these type of situations that's why you need the big hole set on your team. Camp number 9, Armando Terran, a player that I played against in Central American Championship on 2 different occasions, showed a little bit of immaturity there, even though he was the oldest player on the Venezuelan team.
You know, we're winding down here. Only 1 minute and 17 seconds left. You know, hoping that Trinidad and Tobago can get a consolation goal, perhaps.
It's 12? 12-7? Oh.
Powerful shots, but you know, again,
I think that expression sums it all up for what happened tonight.
yes, you know, Trinidad and Tobago people are a little bit frustrated. You know, we have people trying to hog the camera. We're seeing beautiful faces, and then
I don't know, Chris. You're saying frustrated. I see people contemplating how to get a refund. But Trinidad, you know, they still keep battling. They still keep fighting.
we may have a counter-attack goal. Okay, why didn't he swim towards the goal? This is the type of, so he preferred to take a shot from 6 meters than to actually go inside and let's see. Oh, terrible shot. Absolutely atrocious. You know, this is a little bit of a sign of frustration for me, you know.
I hear you.
Yeah, so there was a turnover there for
Time wasting.
time
maybe?
wasting, it looks like, because the referee hasn't called for the ball back. In the last minute of the game, if you try to kill the clock like that, you will turn the ball over. It's one of the rules that was introduced back in about 2000.
Oof.
Oh, nice shot. Back in about 2010 to help speed the game up.
Okay.
And that is the score. You know what? You have to. You know, we want to thank everyone. 3MR.
No, we want to just thank everyone at 3MR and everyone on the live chat who joined us. Sounds crazy. Daniel Alvarez, Malachi Alexander. We enjoyed the live chat, and we enjoyed those of you who came out and watched this match here, where Venezuela ran out 12-7 winners or victors over Trinidad and Tobago. So on behalf of producer Mike, director Ryan, cameraman Anna, Dale,
Delvin.
and Delvin.
We've had a few questions about the medal ceremony.
That's coming up next.
It's coming up next, and it will be on another feed, Michael.
It'll
be on another feed, so just look out for that. And thank you.
Hit that notification bell so you will be updated as soon as the medal ceremony starts.
Thank you, and good night.